The truth is, Nicki Minaj is hip-hop's biggest female artist to ever live. Outselling every single female in hip-hop, Minaj has earned the title of the Queen of Rap. Amassing a massive army of loyal fans that she calls her Barbs, Nicki has been able to have one of the longest, most luxurious hip-hop careers in history. What if I told you that Nicki's climb to the top of the music industry wasn't all due to her rap skills? That Nicki took an oath and sold her soul to the devil in order to achieve her dreams. Join me in this episode as we uncover the dark truth about Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj was born in 1982 in St. James, Trinidad, and moved to Queens, where she would be primarily raised. She was always into music, being the daughter of two gospel singers. Nicki claims that her father was an alcoholic and would eventually become an addict to crack. She also claims that her father had a violent temper and went as far as burning their house down during a fight with her mother. Nicki Minaj managed to get an audition for a famous New York music high school by the name of LaGuardia and was accepted. After graduating, she wanted to become an actor and managed to get into an off-Broadway play in 2001. After her acting career wouldn't take off, Nicki would start bouncing from job to job, getting fired from every position due to her attitude with the customers. After the workforce wouldn't work for her, she started looking into a music career. She would go on to get picked up by a rap group named Full Force in 2004, where she met Safari, who would go on to become her longtime boyfriend. The rap group would go on to record an intro song for a WWE diva. The song was named Don't Mess With. Nicki would eventually leave the rap group, where she would continue to make music and upload it to her MySpace. She would send her music to various people she happened to know in the music industry, and this would help her secure a manager. Nicki would get signed to a 180-day record deal with the help of her manager in 2007. She would go on to drop 3 mixtapes. This would start to build her buzz. Things started to really take off when she released her mixtape Beat Me Up, Scotty on April 18, 2009. Her track I Get Crazy off the mixtape managed to reach the number 20th spot on the Billboard charts. This would lead BET and MTV to give her praise for her music and show her early support. She eventually met Lil Wayne in August of the same year, where she was signed to Young Money Records, starting her long career in the music industry. This is what you may already know about Nicki Minaj, but the truth is far more sinister than this. See, Nicki Minaj, like many other artists who reached the top of the industry, were willing to do anything to achieve their dreams. She was willing to sell her soul and give herself to Lucifer to be used to further the agenda. The reason I have come to this conclusion is simple. She promotes a satanic lifestyle to her fans since the start. To understand my point, we must go back to when she signed to Lil Wayne back in 2009. This is when she officially took the oath and was giving her new identity. See, Nicki Minaj was destined to make her dreams come true, and nothing was going to stop her. Her first album to drop under Young Money was Pink Friday. This is when we began to see a new Nicki, who had taken the oath, and now her sole purpose was to promote satanic values to her young female fans. Her label started the Barbie campaign and killed off her previous image of a street rapper from Queens. Nicki Minaj was now promoting a Barbie doll image. She would go and get plastic surgery done and dress more and more provocative, promoting this to her young fans. Nicki even has a song on her Pink Friday album where she writes a letter to her old self explaining why she had to leave her behind. She tells herself that this is what she needed to do to make it. She explains to her old self that she wouldn't be able to do what she needed to go mainstream. This is important to understand, as she is referring to herself as two people. One version of herself which is not around no more. The reason she states this is because Nicki allowed herself to be guided by demonic spirits, using rituals to cure her old self so that she may be reborn in her new satanic life. She was willing to be guided by demons in order to make it, even willing to be possessed by one. In 2012, Nicki Minaj will perform at the Grammy Awards, which is literally the most satanic event held annually. Her performance wasn't like anything people have ever seen before. It looked like a horror movie was unfolding live for the audience to watch. Nicki had a priest perform an exorcism on the Grammy stage. As she acted as she's possessed by a demon she refers to as Roman. In reality, it played more like a satanic ritual, with a bunch of robed men dancing in front of her as she starts to levitate. She openly admits her connections to the devil without any shame, and she was proud that she took the oath, as now Lucifer crowned her as the queen of hip-hop for the meantime. Nicki probably admits in her song, Keys Under the Palm Tree, that she feels the devil near her and it sends chills down her spine, but that she doesn't fear him Instead, she describes herself as being a tad more bad than him. This is exactly the people Lucifer looked for, people who are willing to go against God and raise hell just to be able to be falsely worshipped by her fans. These fans that falsely worship Nicki as their god have been willing to do anything to protect their queen. Anybody that is willing to make the mistake about talking down on Nicki gets instant response from her army of barbs. Recently, Nicki had a disagreement with a journalist who exchanged DMs with her. The journalist said something that she didn't like, and Nicki quickly screenshotted the DM and posted her to a social to blast her and direct her fans to attack the journalist. Her fans quickly began insulting her looks and threatening her, going as far to send pictures of her child. This was the purpose for Nicki's creation, to further manipulate women and force-feed them beauty and moral standards that would appease the satanic agenda, creating the very problem that we face today. These days, with many women fitting into a general mold created by these artists, many young women look up to these celebrities and aspire to be them. With the introduction of platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and OnlyFans, women can now easily fall victims to this manipulation. Another thing I would like to talk about is Nicki openly supporting her brother, who was arrested for doing something very, very bad to an 11-year-old girl. Nicki apparently paid his lawyer fees and stood by his side financially through his trial. Many people on the internet question this act, as did I. Why would someone stand by someone accused of these acts? Nicki had no problem with none of it. Her brother was eventually found guilty and sentenced to 25 years to life. This isn't the only person in Nicki's life who has been arrested for doing bad things to underage girls. Her current husband was arrested for similar charges involving a 16-year-old girl. Apparently, he used a knife to force himself onto her. He was arrested and spent 4 years in prison. He was recently arrested in California for failure to report himself as an offender. Nicki seems to have no problem being with men who are willing to participate in such acts. The reason she has no problem with this is because these celebrities admire Aleister Crowley. Time and time again, without failure, they show that they have used Lucifer to achieve their dreams. Many people recently accused her of sacrificing her father, who recently passed away. People were pointing out how it seems that Nicki's career was finally coming to an end. Nicki was talking about retirement as the female hip-hop scene shifted its attention to younger acts like Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion. If you would like to see a video on either Cardi B or Meg Thee Stallion, comment either name below. Whichever name gets 50 comments, the next video will be on them. Nicki seemed to look sour, as her records wouldn't get the same attention they once had. Strangely, after her father's death, her career seemed to pick back up. With Nicki being involved with the people she's involved with, I wouldn't put this past her. Nicki Minaj clearly chose a side a long time ago. She is still enjoying the benefits of her decision. She had no issue selling out her own people and manipulating young women all over the world. We must always remember, these artists have a devilish agenda hidden in the core of their music. We must not let them manipulate us. We must help our fellow people who are lost and haven't found their way find the truth. Together we can wake those that are asleep and stop this from continuing. Thank you for watching this episode of The Truth Is. I would like to give a special thank you to my Patreon, Fernando, who was last month's monthly raffle winner and recently donated to further support the channel. Thank you so much, Fernando. I deeply appreciate this. If you would like to further support my channel, the link to my Patreon is in the description. If you join before the 28th of this month, you can still be entered to this month's monthly raffle, where you can win a cash prize, a shirt, and even get to pick a video topic. Also, please leave a comment below on future topics you would like to see me cover on my channel. If you like this video, please hit the like button, as this helps other people find these videos. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified of future videos. Please follow me on Instagram at TheTruthIs01 and on TikTok at TheTruthIs. I will gladly appreciate it. Thank you. Goodbye.